We're filming Jinky. It's gonna be all about you, my darling. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very happy to be sitting down here with a special guest, and he is Jinky. He is my parrot, and I wanted to make a video about him, and I've made one in the past welcoming Jinky to my YouTube channel, and you guys have seen him in so many videos, every video has been about Jinky. Well, not about Jinky. Jinky has been in the clips. So, you know, he's definitely such a big part of my life, and he's very well featured. And I did say with my last video about Jinky, if you guys want to see another video, to just comment down below. And you guys have been asking for that, so I figured I'd make a video about what it's like having an Eclectus parrot. And today we're also in a different little location in filming. It's been raining and pouring, and upstairs where I usually film it's really loud, so I figured I'd go somewhere else. So we're currently in my living room filming, but anyway, let's get into it, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my parrot Jinky, and yeah, just some facts about him and what it's been like living with him for 5 months. So if you want to know more about just like the context and the background of having Jinky and how I got him and whatever, then watch my previous video, because then this one will make a lot more sense, I guess. Maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, so what it's like living with an Eclectus parrot. These parrots are very social birds that require quite a lot of attention, and they are, I would say, quite an affectionate parrot. I've had a galah in the past, and it's a very different bird to this bird, and my sister has a lorikeet. So yeah, they're very different species. The behavior is very different, and Jinky, very much affectionate. He loves to snuggle, he loves receiving, getting attention. People come over and he will just do everything in his power to make everything about him, so he loves to seek attention, and it's not a bad thing. I do like that about Jinky, that, you know, I come home and he's excited to see me, kind of like a dog, where they, you know, scream, or, you know, like a dog would bark, but he usually does scream, and, you know, I can see there's excitement in him, which is really lovely to come to. What are you doing? So that's kind of one thing, what it's like to have this parrot, is that they love quite a lot of attention, and just be willing to give that to them. Jinky gets a lot of time outside the cage. He's very rarely ever in the cage when I am home with him. What are you doing? I actually never really see you do that, so really bizarre. So he's very much outside the cage all the time, and it is recommended, I think, between 1 to 2 hours a day that they're outside the cage. So the second thing I want to talk about is flying. People ask when they meet Jinky is, does he fly? He does fly. We do have to motivate him to fly, and we motivate him by giving him treats such as pine nuts, because just to maintain his weight and to be healthy and to make sure those beautiful wings are healthy, we need to make sure that he is flying every day. So we try and do it every day, and he's flying right now. Perfect example. That rarely happens. He does randomly sometimes like fly, but it's nothing crazy where he'll go like and fly around the whole house. It will literally be from like A to B, from like the couch to the cage, from the cage to the bench top. So yeah, he flies. He loves to fly. He's not trained to free fly. I have really wanted to do that with Jinky, but I'm also very nervous. I know that if I was to lose Jinky free flying, I'd be very upset, and I don't think I know what I'm doing to be doing that enough. So I have looked into getting a harness, but Dylan is honestly not too keen to do it, and I respect him, so we just kind of agreed that he is going to be rightfully an inside bird for the most part. That's not to say he doesn't go outside. We do take him outside and put him in his outside cage, but he's not one to like roam free. Yeah. The next thing I want to talk about is, can he talk? So Jinky most definitely can talk. These are very smart, intelligent birds. He's so intelligent in so many levels. Just even the way he looks at people and interacts, he is super intelligent, and like it speaks volumes when you actually know Jinky quite well. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes we get this weird robotic man voice that doesn't really make sense, and it's really creepy when he does it. And sometimes you have the cute, really beautiful Jinky that talks like, "Good night, darling," and you know, has a really beautiful voice. And then you get the creepy voice, so he can change his tunes. He has a wide range of vocabulary where he can say hello, good night, good morning, come on, I love you. He says so much. Anything pretty much he can hear, he'll pick up. And my mum has made whistling sounds at him and different like noises towards Jinky, and he has been able to mimic them like an hour later, which is incredible. I don't know how to whistle, so I haven't been able to do that with him. He's just pretty incredible. And yeah, the next thing I want to talk about is diet. Now these parrots, this is the reason why I was really nervous about getting an Eclectus parrot, was purely because of their diet. I was researching about them, and this was the most off-putting thing about getting one. I was like, I'm freaking out. I don't want to do this whole diet thing, but I'm going to talk about the diet right now. I have the worst tripod. Oh, Jinky's just flying around. Like I said, he roams free. So what we need to do is make sure he has a fresh mix all the time. So buying an Eclectus already like pre-mixed food, dry food, is actually not good for them. So that is something they need. They need fresh fruit, fresh veggies, and a sprout mix. And this is what it looks like. So for an Eckie, you need to get them this dry sprout mix. It looks like this. What I do then is I then soak it. Are you coming over? I then soak it for more than 12 hours. After I've soaked it, I then drain all the water, and then I put it into something that looks like this. And as you can see, well, the mix is starting to sprout. I'm pretty sure you all know what a sprout looks like, but they start to sprout, and it's all sprouted. I then will start cutting up the fruit, the veg. But essentially what happens is I make it into a big container like this, and I have lots and lots of fruits and lots of different veggies for him ready to go pretty much. I already have some food in here for him. You know, I've got snow peas and chilies for him, and I'll just chuck all that. So I'm already got... Oh god, now he's pretending to be Henry. That isn't funny. Lot of fruits and veggies, yeah, stuff like that. And then I'll just chuck in some nuts in there, like pistachios and not pine nuts, pumpkin seeds, stuff like that to add to the mix, don't I? And then I make him a big batch. So yeah, it takes me a little bit. And I do that every single week, and that usually lasts me for a week. But like I said, it's been getting old a little bit quickly, so I've just tried to minimize the amount I sprout and the amount I cut to kind of last maybe about like 4 to 5 days for him. And I just feed him once a day. That's all he needs. That's how he's been raised, so I'm not changing that for him. And also with the diet thing, just be careful. I know that my parrot loves to randomly nibble on my plants, and just be mindful that they're not actually meant to eat a lot of plants. Some of them are actually poisonous to them, so I'm just always mindful that plants are out of the way. Even though I have these plants here, I'm very much aware they're here, and I just don't let him go around to them. Like when he's roaming around free, I just make sure he doesn't go around there. Yeah. What else do we want to talk about, Jinky? We talked about food. We talked about, you know, your diet, your vocabulary, also washing them. I know. What? Gonna give me a kiss. Yes, you do have to wash your parrot. It's a little bit harder now that it's colder. Oh no, he found the pile of pine nuts. Jinky, you can't have them. And he knows lots of tricks. Like, he knows how to step up, step down, do all those cool things that parrots do, and he loves pine nuts. This is his little treat. Like, look at him, he gets so beautiful. So yes, you do have to wash them. I have started to wash Jinky in the shower and then blow dry him with a hairdryer, and he's been completely fine. But yes, you do have to. And sometimes when it's warmer, we'll just like hose him down in his outside cage, and then he like just air dries, and he loves it. But when I first got him, he wasn't the biggest fan of being like under the shower or getting wet. Now he's getting more comfortable, and I will also say that Jinky is a very different bird to the last time I've had him, and I made a video about him. He has definitely come out of his shell a lot. He is definitely more affectionate. He lets me do more things with him, and yeah, like before he wouldn't really let me touch him in certain areas. Now he's more, you know, like he lets me do all these, like I'd be really scared to sometimes do that to him at the start, but now he's much more, you know, affectionate. And I'm also totally aware that you're not supposed to touch your bird below the neck. Apparently it arouses them. I actually haven't seen that with Jinky. I know when he's aroused because he'll vomit on me, and he hasn't done that in a very long time. So one way he's a male, if you don't know, but one way I know he is ready to get with it is that he'll actually come over and vomit on me, and that's like an invitation, and that's just what they do in the wild. And he hasn't done that, and when I touch him he hasn't done that, so I don't know, like, oh my gosh, it sounds so bad when I touch him, but honestly, like if I touch him here, like I haven't noticed anything like that. He'll then suddenly start vomiting on me, that, you know, I don't know. Lots of people say lots of different things. This is just from my experience that I've noticed. But yeah, apparently gets them very frustrated. Again, I have not seen that with Jinky. I know when he gets frustrated because he doesn't let me touch him, or like, so I don't know. I still like to touch you under your wings and give you a little bit of a snuggle there. But that's just me, isn't it? Mum's very like that. Is there anything else? Would I recommend this parrot? I would absolutely recommend an Eckie. I think they're amazing parrots. They're so beautiful. Their feathers are just unreal. They're so soft. Cockatoos usually have this like dust that comes off them. You don't get that with an Eckie. They're very clean. They're very sensible. He is quite slow. He's not one to go super crazy. I mean, sometimes he'll have his moments where he gets really excited and, you know, he'll fly around and be crazy. I think Jinky wants to head up. Yep, there we go. So sometimes he'll have those moments, but usually he is quite good. He might start talking now a little bit more. So Jinky, do you want to come here? Jinky, look! The other thing I want to talk about is biting, because a lot of people freak out when they have birds, and often the first question I get is, does your bird bite? So Jinky has bitten me a total of maybe like 2 times on purpose, and they were really weird. Oh, I know the birdies are flying. He gets really excited when he sees his friends fly. Yeah, so Jinky has bitten me a total of twice. That was at the beginning when I first got him. One time when I was on my phone, I wasn't giving him attention, I was on the couch, he just randomly like bit me, and it was really painful. Yes, their bites do suck when they happen. And then the other time, I don't remember what happened, but I was able to get him off me, which was great. Because the other time he bit me when I was on my phone, he didn't want to get off, and I even have a scar. I don't know if you, like, you're not going to probably see it, but it's very faint. And I couldn't physically get him off, and that's the same thing that happened to Dylan. And it freaked us out when we first got him. We're like, oh my gosh, we don't know if we can do this. You know, the biting really freaked us out. We were very... But again, we didn't really know him. He didn't really know us. As for now, we feel we know Jinky super well. And yeah, like the biting hasn't happened since. The only other time he's bitten me was on my foot when I was just doing something in the kitchen. He was just crawling around and he just went at my foot and bit it. That sucked. He did draw blood, but I don't know if that was intentional or not. I don't know what was really going on there, but that happened. And then like sometimes he'll accidentally like, you know, like gently grab me because he, you know, I have food or something. But yeah, no, you can't have that. The other thing I'll just say is make sure to have a nice cage, a reasonable size. Get the biggest cage you can possibly get for your bird. It makes them so happy. Jinky's home, his cage is like his heaven. He loves it. He has so many different toys that he can chew, demolish and break. So, you know, he's got toys that are appropriate for him. Nothing like fancy and plasticky. It's basically anything he can break and destroy is perfect for this type of bird. He is, like I said, an amazing companion, amazing bird. They do live for very long, so I'm totally aware that I'm going to be having him for many, many years. And I will never give up on Jinky. And I know that sounds really weird, but I know a lot of people get birds and then they give up on them, and that really breaks my heart. So I have definitely chosen Jinky, knowing that I'm going to have him for like potentially 30 plus years. You're going to be that companion for me. Yeah? Share. Come here. Come here. Look what Mum's got. Oh, and Jinky never ever talks on cue. Like, I can't get him to say like Jinky or come on. Like, he will never really respond. Or sometimes he does respond, but it's never like there's something I do to get him to talk. He just... See? He'll just randomly talk, which is pretty incredible. He's also semi-toilet trained. Come on, come on, come on, come on. He will... Come on, come on. Talks whenever he wants to. A lot of people get a little bit disappointed when he doesn't talk for them, but he does talk. And usually it's when you're out of the room and he doesn't see you, he suddenly starts to talk so much. This is what wakes me up every single morning. It's him going, good morning, hello, where's Mom? He always says that. But yeah, anyway, I think that's everything I want to say. I'm happy to do a more organized video. This is kind of like a spare of the moment idea. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll answer them, and I'll probably make another video about Jinky. And if there's anything else you guys want to know about having one of these parrots, are they worth it? Absolutely. Are they amazing? Absolutely. Are they incredible? Yes, they are. Are they smart? Yes, they are. Are they worth it? Yes, they are. Alright. Alright. Let's do our thumbnail. Say goodbye to everyone before we do our thumbnail. Bye! Jinky, say bye! Look at you, bye-bye! See you, everyone. I can't do it.